Go straight down this street and turn right at the third light. Go straight down this street and turn right at the third light. Third. So this is a great example of giving directions. You're telling someone to go straight down this street, so don't turn, go straight. Then turn directions, turn right, change your direction at the third light. So that is the traffic light. We say this all the time in English. This is really helpful. Please, please memorize this sentence because it'll really help you get around when you're getting directions in an English-speaking country. Let me tell you something. How many times have we heard that from someone? Someone that thinks that they know it all, or maybe they do, our family. Let me tell you something. So that is, I would say, so commonly heard from our parents when we're kids because they're telling us something, and it's usually some sort of advice, and we're going to listen whether we like it or not. And they say, let me tell you something. Let's see, I wash your clothes all week. Stop rolling around in the mud. So this one's really great. And then as you get older, adults, I mean, when we're sharing and conversing together, it's so common because we're just talking about things and giving and taking advice. You say, let me tell you something. That's really good. And let me think about it. This is really good to see here in the book. Let me think about it. So that's really common. You know, you ask someone a question and they don't have an answer for you right now. So they say, let me think about it. Like, give me some time. She does not let me have any friends. Uh-oh. This sounds like a husband complaining about his wife. She doesn't let me have any friends. I'm going to change it to doesn't because we almost always use does not in the contracted form. Sorry. She doesn't let me have any friends. Darling, let me drive. Also very common in daily life. I think this is so helpful for Yelena's followers. I mean, you'll see this in the movies. You'll read this in books. There's always somebody driving and the other person says, oh, let me drive. They don't like the way the person's driving. Right, now here's another good one. I hope you all hear this in life. Let me take you out for dinner. So that means somebody wants the permission to take you out for dinner. They want to buy you dinner. So that is just fantastic to see here. I hope that you all hear it very soon. Let me take you out for dinner. Okay. Let me introduce myself. So this is really commonly used at parties or at work even if you're meeting new people. We just say, oh, let me introduce myself. So say, Yelena and I are, I don't know, standing in a room at a party and a new guest walks into the room and they don't know anybody, and Yelena steps forward and says, hi, let me introduce myself. I'm Yelena. Welcome. So this is really common. We use it all the time, and I hope you will too when you're introducing yourself in English in the future. So I'm going to pronounce this word again slowly to help you with it. Introduce. Introduce. Or you might say introduce. Depends on who you're talking to. Both are correct. Introduce. Let me pay. Oh my goodness, I love it. I hope everybody says that to you and to me. Let me pay. So there's a bill. Maybe, let's say Yelena and I went for lunch and she says to me, no, let me pay. And I say, oh, well, thank you. right? That's just somebody offering you a gift. They're going to pay for whatever it is that needs to be paid for. It's very kind. Thank you, Yelena, for lunch. Let me look at your throat. So this is really common if, say, you go to the doctor. So they want to look inside your throat to see if it's red or swollen. I have heard this so many times in my life because they always want to look at your throat. And so it's kind of like saying, asking permission. Let me, I mean, it is, but it's really casual. It's not like, can I please look at your throat? It's just really casual. Let me look at your throat. Let me look at your, I don't know, let me look at your dress you're planning to wear today. Let me look at the book you're reading. You know, it's very, very casual. Let me look at your throat. Let me have a look at the picture. Also very common. Let me have a look at the picture. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. I haven't heard this in years, but it is not as common as it used to be. So I'm going to delete it. But it's nice to see traditional things in this book. Let me take care of that for you. So this is really common. This is really helpful for Yelena's followers. I really strongly suggest that you memorize this. When someone says, let me take care of that for you, they're offering to help. So, I mean, maybe it's, maybe there's something that broke and you don't know how to fix it. And a friend says, oh, let me take care of that for you. I can fix it. So that's a good way to use let me take care of that. But you might also be talking about an animal or the first thing that comes to my mind is my dog. You know, like someone wouldn't call my dog that, but they might say, let me take care of your dog for you while you go on vacation. So it's just asking to help you with something, basically. Let me take care of that for you. Let me check. Let me check. So you might say to me, oh, are you available to go for lunch tomorrow? And I'll say, let me check. So I need to check my calendar to see if I'm available. Let me check. Don't let me down. Ah, yes, this is very common. This is really helpful for Yelena's followers, those that also watch movies in English. This is so common. Don't let me down. Don't disappoint me. That's what that means. Don't let me down. Don't disappoint me. Okay, so maybe, well, you know what? I'm going to say to everyone, I hope you watch until the end of this video. I hope that you practice your pronunciation. Don't let me down, right? Like I believe in you. Don't let me down. Don't disappoint me. Watch this whole video and pronounce English with me. Keep practicing English. Keep watching Yelena's videos. Don't let me down. Don't stop studying. Okay? English can be a challenge, but don't let me down. So that's a great example. Don't let me down. And you guys should really learn how to say that perfectly so that you can say it to other people. So common. Oh no. Don't let me down like you did the other day. Don't let me down like you did the other day. So something must have happened. You must have done something and it disappointed me. So maybe the other day, let's see, what were you going to do? The other day you told me you were going to clean the house. You told me you were going to clean the house, and then for one reason or another, you didn't. And so I might say to you today, don't let me down like you did the other day. Make sure you clean the house. Oh my gosh, this is so common among teenagers. I'm sure you've all heard it before. Be prepared to hear it in English. My parents let me go there. Kids say that all the time. Kids, teenagers, they want to go somewhere. Maybe they're at their friend's house and they want to go somewhere and their friend's parents say, "Really? You've gone there before?" And they say, "Well, my parents let me go there." Very, very common. This is great for Yelena's followers. My parents let me go there. Oh, this is great. A lot of people look up to you. Don't let them down. This is really good to see here in the book. So this means that a lot of people have faith in you. They think highly of you. Don't let them down. So I could say, here's an example. You know what? We could be talking about a teacher. We could be talking about a teacher. Everybody has, had a teacher in their life at one time or another. We look up to our teachers. We have faith that they know what's right for us and they're teaching something to us that is meaningful. And so we don't want to let them down. We want to make them feel proud of us. So we don't want to disappoint our teachers. I let the cat in. This is very common. So people who have pets, dogs, cats, I have dogs, and I let them into the house. So I permit them to come into the house. So in this case, I let the cat in. Maybe you let the cat outside to go explore or go to the washroom, and now it's waiting at the door, waiting to come in. And you open the door and you let the cat in. I let the cat in. I won't let you down, so I won't disappoint you. I won't let you down. That's a really good one for the book. Could you cook this meat a little more? So you might hear that in a restaurant. Maybe someone's cooking a steak and it's still a bit raw or chicken. Could you cook this meat a little more? The cook let the meat boil for too long. And now it's completely, so we would say unedible. Yep, that happens. That absolutely happens. So unedible is what we'd say. So if something is edible, you can eat it. So carrots are edible, tomatoes are edible, rocks are not edible. Okay, they're unedible. Let them stay for a few more minutes. This is really common. Great to see in the book. Helpful for Yelena's followers because you might have friends over and you want them to stay a few more minutes, but maybe your partner says, no, they need to leave. We've got to go to bed. We've got to work in the morning. And you say, no, let them stay a few more minutes. Just a few more minutes. Or your kids, maybe they have friends over, but it's time for them to go. And your kids say, no, let them stay a few more minutes. So that's really great. Very common. Please let us through. So this means please permit us to pass. So maybe Yelena and I are on our way to, let's see, oh, you know what? We're at an airport. We're at an airport and we need to go through customs. And someone stops us and says, show me your passports. And so we show them our passport, or both of our passports, and say, please let us through. So let us pass through into customs. That's a really good one. Please let us through.